partner was like, don't buy anything. I'm like, she just said, I'll be pissed if you buy it.
If I was a divorce lawyer, I would make a lot more money, but I don't want to do anything.
No, she'll do it first, ask for forgiveness after, I think. Hey, Orlando.
How you doing?
Not too much. I
Yeah.
just got in. It's actually like 8 a.m. over on my side here. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly, man. Whereabouts are you based?
Oh, give me a second. Hold on a second. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm in Canada, so in Alberta, if you know where that is.
Yeah, I've heard of it. I have no idea where it is geographically on the map.
It's all good. It's all good.
But cool, man. I know that you've like been. It sounds like you've been through some training and you're closing at the moment. Yeah. Just tell me what's going on.
Yeah, I've been with the same organization for like the last 5 years now. It's kind of like I'll give you a little context. So I got into real estate investing, and my mentor, who was part of Rich Dad Poor Dad originally in Canada,
Yeah.
his own kind of like Rich Dad kind of company in Canada, and so I've been working with him on this like startup for the last 5 years.
Okay.
And pretty much I've been building out like the sales process in this organization. And so we're just getting things up and running with like sales and getting like the funnel and the marketing all set up like this year.
Nice.
And so I've been taking sales training for like some time now. I think like Dan Locke originally, like way back when.
All right.
And then
Wow.
Okay.
yeah, from there I did, and then from there I did Jeremy Miner's seventh level, and then I
Yeah.
did do a little bit of stuff with like Bill Walsh as well, but I didn't go directly to him for training. I was just training with my a friend of mine who's also doing Bill Wash's training.
One of
And so
those
I
guys,
got,
eh?
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
Okay.
kind of all over the place. Yeah, and I've been looking for like more of a one-on-one thing. However, I want to make sure I'm not like too premature on this conversation either. It's just, I think the biggest thing right now is like we're just getting the leads coming in and things booked on my calendar. And
Yeah.
I think the biggest problem I had before was I legit did not have leads on my calendar. I had to do all the call setting and all of the outsourcing for like leads and stuff to set up like strategy sessions or sales calls.
Okay.
So
So what caused you to like even potentially like start a conversation around getting mentorship?
so I was looking into it for a long time now. Like it's been a while. So since I've taken seventh level, my mindset was I really want to have somebody like one-on-one that's like kind of more like they're like mentoring me and kind of guiding me through things. Because I know like pardon me?
For what purpose though? Because if you're getting no leads, what's the point in getting a mentor?
And that's why I'm not sure if like I'm premature to the conversation, but I saw the post and I was literally thinking about it for the last like 2 months. I'm like, the reason I wanted to reach out is because we're just getting those leads up and running now. Like there's a guy who's helping us build out the funnel, and all the automations and workflows are being built out right now. And like literally just getting even a call dialer set up at the moment. And so the leads are kind of coming in. But the reason I scheduled is because I'm like, I either start the conversation or see where this takes me and go from there, and like just run with it, because
That's kind of wishy.
I don't know how
man.
What do you do when your prospects talk to you shit like that?
So, say again.
What do you do when your prospects talk to you like that?
I get specific with them, like, well, what is it that you really truly want to get out of it, right? And what I really want to get out of it is that one-on-one support to really dial in on my calls and like dial in on how my conversations are going.
Are you even taking any calls at the moment though?
I am taking calls at the moment. They're just not they're not steady coming in. That's the thing.
Okay. On average, like how many are you taking? Like how many did you take last month in May?
Last month, okay, so like the thing that happened was the company had PX marketing doing the leads originally, and then they cut ties with him, and now they're doing it with this other guy. And this guy seems to know what he's doing. So now they're getting things up and running. So last month we were getting leads coming in. I had probably roughly about 2 to 3 calls a day. However, the show up rate was like shit. Like I'm tracking everything as well.
Sorry, just to clarify, your offer is like real estate coaching. Is that right?
Yeah, real estate coaching.
So you had like on average 2 to 3 a day. So like, do you have the numbers? Do you track how many calls you took?
I do.
Okay. You want to
I
pull it
do
up
track
quickly?
everything. So yeah, give me a second. That's why I'm like I saw the post that you had, and I was like, fuck, I don't want to waste this guy's time, but I like really want to just get things up and running and
Yeah.
like just
Do you know why you're
like
saying this to me?
um there's an urgency of wanting this, and I really do want to like level up. And
Yeah.
the other reason is like, fuck, if it comes down to me having to find another offer, like that was the other thing that was on my mind. Like
Okay.
I'm still willing to stay on this offer. However, for the time being, for the sake of my sanity, like I just like I need leads coming in to actually be
Yeah, of
freaking
course.
calls. That's
Of
the
course.
thing.
Do you know what's causing you to like you as a prospect though? Do you know what's causing you to say that to me? That we might be having this conversation prematurely. Do you know what's actually causing that?
Like thinking if I'm not ready for it. That's
Well, it's
part of it.
actually
It's kind of a defense mechanism because
your
Yeah.
like you might have seen my posts and things like that, and I get it. You know, we're both in sales. You don't want to waste my time. But what's actually behind you saying that, potentially, I could be wrong. You tell me if I'm wrong, is
Yeah.
basically, I don't want you to sell me. I don't want to be closed. Like, I know you're not saying that, but subtly behind, like, hey, I might not be ready for this, you're kind of putting your guard up. Does that make sense?
Uh, I don't know. I wanted, I think the biggest thing is I don't have clarity in the
Yeah.
next few months. That's
Yeah.
like few months is what I'm talking about. Like it's either I start now or I start in a few months, and I like
Yeah.
want to start now, but the clarity is what's kind of holding me back. I'm like, if I start, I don't want to waste my time
Yeah.
because I have nothing on my calendar. But if I
Well,
start, like something else could come out of it as well.
Do you mind if I offer a perspective here?
Yeah.
We can only control what we can control. So you can't control
Correct.
lead flow. I'm not expecting you to control lead flow. You can only control out of the calls that show up on your calendar. I would argue there's
Yeah.
some degree of responsibility to the show rate. That a lot of it's marketing,
For sure.
a lot of it's the offer, but some of it is you as well. So that's slightly in our control.
100%.
And then once we show up on Zoom, that lead is our responsibility. So let's look at
Correct.
last month's numbers for now, because we'll never know how many calls we're going to have in the future. So if we look at
Yeah.
May, okay, cool. So May,
I don't know if you saw something similar. This is from like 7th level.
is this not last year?
This is this year's.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah, this is this year's. Sorry. Our quarter system is 2024 and 2025, so it's September
Okay.
to September.
Okay,
Oh.
cool. So if we look at okay, where's May? May. So we had where's the calls booked?
Overall sales calls on the calendar is 20.
So you had 6
Yeah.
show up last month.
Yeah. And no closes.
So you were on Zoom for 6 hours.
Yeah.
What were you doing outside of the 6 hours?
Most likely doing calls, like dialing calls.
147 dials the whole month?
Yeah. I'm doing them manually, right? So they're all manual dials.
Yeah.
If I look at it this way. So
How long have you been on this offer for?
5 years.
Okay. How much are you making on average? Like what is it? I know it goes up and down, but what's been the lows, the highs, the average?
Like sometimes I'm up to like 10, sometimes like 12, and like sometimes there's like 0.
Okay. What are you doing to
Like-
combat those 0 months and make sure that it's still steady when the lead flow is low?
Okay, so the way that I'm operating right now, so I'll share that with you, is so all these are like actual sales calls where I have on the calendar where I'm like on Zoom.
Yeah.
And a lot of the other income like stuff that I'm doing would be so I have another offer on this offer. It's called like paper asset trading, and that one's like it literally is just a transaction. Like because people are already bought in, they're all referrals. So like it's literally just a transaction. So I don't even count those calls into this calendar, into this tracking. And the other thing is I do a lot of workshops at the moment. They're live in person. So over the weekend I was gone to Vancouver and I was doing that workshop live in person, and that's a group setting. So there's like a team of us who are working together to do closes live.
Yeah.
And so, and I don't track those either because like they're not they're not a consistent like structure of what I'm doing. It's just kind of like throw
Yeah.
shit at the wall and
That's
see
fine,
what
man.
sticks.
Like this is the thing. Like closing can be up and down. It can be inconsistent.
Yeah.
Um, it's fine. Again, we can only control what we can control. So what did you make
Yeah.
last month in terms of commissions?
Last month, like full commission wise, you can still see it, right?
No, I stopped the sharing. It was boring me. I'm not a numbers
Sorry.
guy, man. I'm not a spreadsheet.
So far, like so far this year, I did like 50,000.
Okay. So what was last month?
Last month, let's see here.
It doesn't have to
So
be exact, man.
50,
Do you have a rough idea?
yeah, about 7,000.
Okay. And the month
Last month.
before?
Month before was 4,700,
Okay.
and month before that was 7,680, and the month before that was like about almost 7,000, and then
Okay.
2,000, and 3,000, and then 4,000, and then
So
2,000.
so that's 6 months. That's the last 6 months.
6 months. Yeah.
So $34,000 total divided by 6 months. So like on average 5.7K a month. Is that Canadian or USD?
Canadian. Canadian.
Okay. So what are some ways you feel like we might be able to help increase the average?
Um, well, just my conversations that I currently have right now. Like if I do my one-on-ones now, improving those conversations because I
What do you mean?
from all the conversations, all of my one-on-ones that I've had so far, I haven't actually closed them yet. Like haven't had like an enrollment or a close.
Like from how many calls?
All the calls that I've done so far from like the last 3 4 months.
So you haven't, sorry. So out of the calls on your calendar over Zoom, you haven't closed in the last 3 months.
No.
Okay. Well,
And so that's
how many people are on your team? Like,
there's only four of us or five of us.
did anyone else close?
None of them are doing sales calls. They're just doing more of the workshops and stuff.
Okay. So are you
Yeah.
doing workshops as well? Are you getting sales from the workshops?
I am from the workshops. I'm getting sales from there, but there's so many factors that are playing a role into that to say
Yeah.
like, oh, I that was directly from my effort.
So why are you still on this offer?
Um, Good question.
Yeah.
um, there's a loyalty to it, and like it's like you know the mentor that's there, like he's a personal friend of mine as well, and also because I've already dedicated so much time to it that I'm starting to see the turning point now, and I want to be in that place where I'm like because I'm the one that's leading that sales department right now, and I think I could see myself taking that leadership in that position down the road,
Do you
and
feel
it's
like
just
you
getting.
could add a
Is there any possibility you could add a second role in the meantime while that ramps up?
And that is the other consideration because that was what I was thinking the last like month. I'm just like,
Yeah.
fuck, this is like taking forever, and
Yeah.
I don't want to sit on my hand because I even when I took seventh level, it's like it's kind of like this. I took seventh level, by the way, like last year till now,
Hmm.
but I haven't had like consistent leads coming in to be able to
Yeah.
to perform.
So what's prevented you from picking up a second offer?
I just never really considered it. And I was really busy with the, like, even just with everything else that's with this company. So I was doing all the workshops. We had it like legit every 2 weeks there was like workshops happening, and then there's like follow-ups on those leads that were at the workshop. And so
And
it
you've
just
been,
kept
So you've been in sales for 5 years total?
yeah.
Okay. This is going to sound like an obvious question. And I don't mean for it to come across in the wrong way, but are you happy at 5.7K a month on average?
Fuck no. Definitely not.
Okay. So how long have you not been happy at that income level for?
For some time now.
What's some time?
Like,
Super vague.
well, the way I'm like kind of justifying was probably like last 3 years.
3 years.
Like three years. Because a lot this organization's only been around for 5 years. The first 2 years, I get it, like we're starting up, shit's getting ramped up and things are getting done.
yeah.
And then the third year was like, I'm like, hey, let's start getting this up and running. So we did start dial in on marketing and started to like put initiatives to it. Because the way that they thought of it was like, let's just build out the perfect product first and then figure out the sales and marketing,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it'll
That's
sell
good.
itself.
That's good.
So for you, like being in sales, being a closer, what outcome
Yeah.
do you want to achieve? How much do you actually want to be making?
My goal was aiming for 30 to 40.
30,
Just like
40.
30 to 40 and Canadian.
Okay.
However, I think the most important thing was like consistency on income, as well as consistent as I can get it. And that's the
Yeah.
biggest thing. Like if I even just get like 10K consistently from the effort that I know I put in,
Mhm.
I would consider that as like pretty happy, because I know if I have that consistent outcome, then I know that I can make 10 to 12 and then 12 to 15, 30. I could build from there. But the problem is there's no consistency at the moment, because like it's up and down and the efforts are coming from different places. And that's where my problem is. And so to answer your question, the last 3 years, because I'm like, I'm waiting for them, like the company to like,
Yeah.
to get these things up and running.
Do you feel
And
like your life
this
is
year
pretty
I was,
comfortable right now?
sorry, say again.
Do you feel quite comfortable in life at the moment?
No.
Okay.
Comfortable, but not comfortable, like with the stuff that I want to accomplish, not
Yeah.
comfortable.
Okay. Okay.
Business.
The reason I ask is, and like I'm on your side of the table, man. Like I'm not meaning to sound pissed off. I just got back from a run, so maybe I'm a bit amped up, but I'm just like, man, like genuinely, like 5 years, and I'm not saying this as a negative, like to put you down, but I'm like, man, like 5 years in closing, he's done NEPQ, he's done all this stuff. Like, dude, like you have so much more potential. Like
Right.
5.7K a month, 5 years in. Like, I know that you're not happy with that, and I know you want to change that. From my perspective, and I'm only looking from the outside in, I don't live your life, but to not be happy with that for 3 years and have not, you said that you haven't considered getting a second role, to not have thought about that or done anything about that. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you have some more context for me. But the only reason I can think as to why you haven't done anything is comfort. So what am I missing?
Um, well, it's just been busy work the last 3 years. Like that's like the workshops and everything. They were just busy work. Like just there's constantly busy work. So I've actually stepped down from all those other offers, like the workshop and stuff. And like comfort wise, it's not like financial, it's like more like mental. Like maybe I'm comfortable being in that position where it's just constant work.
Yeah.
However, what I realize, like I don't want to do these workshops because they do take up a lot of time. I want rather just dial in on doing these strategy sessions, like doing the sales calls. So
Yeah.
I've been taking out time to actually do my own dials, to set up my own calls, and that's something I'm working on as well. So that's why I'm like the last 2 months I've really just been dialing into it, and I just want to like focus all my attention doing this.
So over the last 2 months, you've mainly focused on the calls.
Correct. And
Okay.
so if I go back to my chart, like this month of May, or well, it's June now, I did like 147 dials, and the month prior to that I did a little bit more. And it's because I have these workshops in between that I'm like physically not able to do calls
Yeah.
during those 3-4 days, right? And so the only times that I can really sit down, I can do the dials is like even today, right?
Yeah.
So that's why when I reached out to you, I was like, okay, I'm really going to get serious on this and like really put my foot down because I told the owner that I'm not doing those workshops anymore. I just want to do this and
Are
just
you
focus on
open
To
doing
getting
this.
a different role that pays more, or are
I,
you set on
I,
that same?
I am open because I also do have time. So I have my own personal like real estate business and we got that running and up doing that own thing.
Yeah.
And then my partner, she lives with me and my daughter.
Yeah.
However, I told her like I want to get this shit together. Like I want to figure this out and like do this. I told her I'm like even looking at potentially getting a new role. She actually asked me 2 months ago like why don't you get a new role?
Yeah.
Like she actually asked me that, and that was what made me realize like why the fuck didn't why
Yeah.
didn't I get a new role? Like that's why I'm like fuck like I don't know why I didn't do it.
When was that conversation?
Like 2 months ago, like
Okay.
literally 2 months ago, like
So-
she like it's like why are you so loyal just to this? Like why don't you just get another role? Like you don't have to quit this role. Like
Yeah.
you can have two of them. Like I just never actually thought about it. Like it just never came
So-
up to mind.
Other than, by the way, I appreciate you giving me that context. Like, I get it. So,
Yeah.
other than seeing my post, what actually shifted for you recently, where you're like, okay, it's time to actually like do something about this, and not just like keep staying in this cycle?
Um, Nothing really shifted. I think like after that, it was like just looking for it now. Like I was just kind of seeking for it.
Mhm.
And I've always wanted that one-on-one. However, my mentality originally was like, I'll get that one-on-one once these leads come in, and I'll have that one-on-one because someone can look over my calls or watch how I'm doing things or seeing it. So
Yeah.
that way I had that already built out. But at the same time, like I'm thinking in my head, like, you'll never be ready, so just might as well just do it and then just figure that out as it happens.
What do you mean
And
you'll
if
never
it
be
means
ready?
like waiting for things to be perfect.
Mm.
Like
What happens
waiting
when
for all the leads to be on. Say again.
What happens when you wait for things to be perfect?
Well, that's like the last 5 years. We're waiting for the business to be perfect before shit happens. I'm like, fuck, I can't.
Yeah.
Don't want to wait anymore. Right. That's why it's like I saw your post and I'm like that's kind of what I was looking for. I've been following for a while too, and I saw it and I was like, I I actually had I had you in mind for a while because I saw you with Laura as well. So I had
Oh,
Laura
yeah.
training me with 10th level.
Yeah.
But I saw you with her and I was like, oh, I didn't know you guys knew each other. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I watched a lot of your content and from there I was like, okay, I want to reach out to you when that time is right. And I was like,
Yeah.
and I saw you put that post up, like, fuck, I'm just gonna reach out and like see
Yeah.
what happens. Like,
Yeah,
fuck,
that's
you know.
cool.
There's also and you can use this for your clients as well, by the way, but there's a difference between like going into the gym and having a look at it and then like actually
Yeah.
working out, right?
Right.
Like it's cool that like you're in the gym, you're looking at it. It's not a thing to work
Yeah.
out, So let's say like whether it's me or anyone else, like what are you actually looking for help with, like from a mentor, just overall?
It'll be nice to have somebody that actually can sit down with me and like look over the things I'm working on, even if it's just like not even the strategy session itself, like the sales call itself. It could be like literally like the triage call, like just okay, shit, like Vince, that was a shit call. Like these are the things that you got to work on.
Yeah.
Literally someone that I can like get like specific help with on how I'm doing things or even how things are being done.
Mm.
Like even possibly like mindset stuff around things that are happening.
Yeah.
Because the only feedback that I can get right now, when I was in 7th level, I had like some coaching, but it was like, it's group settings, which is
Yeah.
great. However, when there's a lot of people in there, it's like you can't get that really specific outcome.
Yeah.
The other thing is my mentor, the business owner that I'm working with, like he came from sales in the past, and his is like consultative sales and stuff. So personally, I think all his stuff is very dated. Like it's quite dated. And he tries to give like feedback. I'm like, I appreciate the feedback. I get that you're my mentor as well for
Yeah,
real
really
estate
is.
investing, but like the feedback isn't like what I'm looking for. Like it doesn't make sense because from what I've learned from like seventh level and stuff that I know, it's like it kind of goes against
Yeah.
what I've been taught already.
Because another thing as well, like I know that when you think of a sales coach, right, you think the main thing they're going to help me with is me on the calls. And so it makes sense that in your mind, you're like, okay, well, let me wait until I'm on calls so that I can get the advice. At the same time, like this realization of, okay, shit, maybe I should look at another offer. If I was mentoring you 3 months ago, I would have told you that. And
Yeah.
maybe if I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, because I don't want to like put an idea in your mind and you disagree with it. Like, for me to be
Yeah.
persuasive, it has to be your idea. But do you feel like if we were working together 3 months ago and we were looking at your numbers, you might have like changed something sooner?
Oh, 100%. And that's the things that I mean, right? Like there's things that I'm dialed in, I'm focused, but then I'm missing a lot of things that like maybe I'm not seeing.
Yeah.
Just like
That's
little
cool.
things that I notice.
So, you've seen some of my YouTube or no?
I
Man.
have, and I did watch like your recent like live call as well, which was pretty cool. Like seeing that go
Oh, you
through.
know what's funny about that? I actually wasn't even meant to post that yet. That was that got posted. I accidentally scheduled 2 videos for the same day, but I saw like 30 people watched it already. I'm like, damn, I'm gonna like re-release it in a few days. But anyway,
Yeah.
You saw the
It was
recent.
good though. It was good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, I watched it, and so the script, the word track kind of like framework that I'm following. I was following seventh levels originally,
Yeah.
and then I'm following like Bill Walsh's like framework right now, which is very similar to how you like structured it. So like when you did it, I was like, oh, this is kind of the way that I've been like doing it myself.
Yeah.
So it's a similar word track, similar like framework, and I'm like, okay, this is cool.
and it's kind of funny because I've never actually worked with Bill. But
Yeah.
I've seen some of his stuff, but I've never actually like worked with him. But no,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I think like you can probably tell like my process is it's kind of a mix of everyone. Like I've done NEPQ,
Yeah.
Matt Ryder, worked with Michael Dunleavy, who's another guy. Like I've worked with a bunch of different guys and then kind of just made it my own. But let's say the reason I asked, by the way, is this will look familiar to you. And like I do this for a reason. You probably know why. I can tell you if you want. But if this is you right now, this is like your 1.0 version of Vince, and this is where you want to get to. Okay. And
Yeah.
in this version, you're making on average 5,700 a month. And in this version, you're making 30K a month. What's different about being at this point? Like, what does this allow you to do that you can't right now?
Like a lot more. I think for me, it's just knowing that I can do it, that confidence of being able to do it, and having that like I think like a big part of it. I think right now is like a bottleneck of what I want in my life. So the bottleneck is like I've been just kind of stuck right now doing this. I don't want to do anything else until I do this and figure this out. Like it may be OCD of me or like whatnot. Like literally, I don't feel like doing anything else until I figure this out.
You mean like getting to 30K a month?
Getting that consistency and then eventually getting to 30K a month and beyond that.
What does the money actually like change for you though, other than just being like a number in your bank account?
The money wise, I would say it doesn't change much for me. I think it's more of a measure of like success. Like it's almost like if I ran 5 kilometers, I'm like, oh shit, I can run 5 kilometers now. I can do like 6 kilometers. It's a measurement of my success, the measurement of my confidence of getting there, saying that I can get there. So
What
like
is it about being a 30K a month closer though? Like what is it about having that success that's important to you?
I think it goes back to my like just myself, like being able to do something, like be good at something, like be good at it and be able to like looking at anything that I do, like I wasn't ever good at anything wasn't good in school, right? So
Really?
But being
You're
able to
Asian.
actually,
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I know.
My grandma's Chinese, so I get away with it.
Yeah, like I wasn't good at school. Like I'm the most like white Asian that you'll ever meet. Like I'm straight up.
Okay.
But yeah, like I was never good at anything. However, once I started like business, like my real estate business, that was something I knew I was good at. And then, but business is like it's not like a skill set to say. It's like it's a business thing that you're building. Whereas like internally self like mastery is something that I really like striving for. Like that self mastery of like knowing that I could do something more.
Yeah.
That self mastery of knowing that I could like converse with somebody and influence them in a way.
So
like,
I know you mentioned you've got some investments and you got some real estate stuff set up. So if this is the income from sales, like what's your like total monthly income, like with the real estate business?
Um, like we do stocks as well. So the stocks part of it, like stocks, real estate, everything, we're probably up about like about 30 probably a month.
Okay. So total
if
you're
not
up to
more.
35 a month with both.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. That's good to know. So adding an extra 30K a month, that like so you get to basically like 60K total. That wouldn't really change
Mhm.
much in terms of like what it allows you to do.
Well, I guess it would. Like, I mean, I just do more things and I could like do other things too, right? It's just
Like what?
like I travel more and like just have a better, like travel more, have better luxury stuff like hotels and whatnot.
You can't do that at the
I think
moment.
it's
I could. I think it's just having for me, I think it's just and it goes back to myself. Like it's not like
Mm.
it's knowing that I was the one that created that, so I can feel
Yeah.
good knowing that it's like money that I created that I can do it
Yeah.
versus like the business of just me and my partner and like other efforts. I just want to have it's all like my effort specifically.
Yeah.
It's like my money in a way. So I guess that's the way I can put it.
Are you guys married?
We're not married. We've been together for like 12 years.
Okay. Well, what's your partner's name?
Uh,
So does like Star
Like-
Wars? No, I'm just kidding.
yeah, like Chewbacca. Well, that's the thing. Yeah,
I was
Chewbacca
gonna say
Chewie.
that, but I was like, okay, that's probably a bit much. Okay, so does she mainly run the real estate business then?
at the moment she is just
Yeah.
because I let that go at the moment to focus on this,
Okay.
like, all of this stuff. Right.
Is she in
I
the
let it, I let that. No, she's in China actually. She's going to be gone there for the next 5 weeks.
The reason I asked,
I-
like, just off the record, like, kind of Jeremy Minor line off the record, but like, genuinely, like, for you, like, is it, and it's okay if it is, because I would understand, is it kind of a case that being at this point, like you said, it's okay, this is me. This is, this is like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And that's why I keep going back to myself, like my mastery, my confidence, like
Yeah.
be able to provide, like be that person that provides, not like the business.
Yeah.
Like it's me.
Yeah. I get
That's why like when you ask me about what that could do for me, like it could do a lot. It's just not like that's not I could see everything that could do for me, but like it's not that. It's going back to me, like being
Yeah.
able to be able to do it.
it's becoming the guy that, like, I get it. I get it. And I don't know how to describe it exactly, but I know what you mean. It's becoming the guy that, you have your own source of income. You feel like you're bringing just as much to the table. It's not just,
Yeah.
her mainly running the real estate business and that's funding everything. It's like, cool. Like Vince is valuable in his own right. Is that fair to
Yeah.
say?
Yeah. 100%.
How long have you like felt like that maybe hasn't been like as much of the case as you would have liked to?
Probably the last like 2 years, I would say on that, because I was doing a lot of my business before too, or just building it and like just it's constant work. But ever since I wanted to start getting serious about sales stuff and then taking Jeremy Miner's training, I told her like hey, can you take over the business right now and you run all the things?
Mm.
And I still do a little bit here and there. However, she does most of the business stuff, and I took myself out to figure this out.
Yeah.
Hence taking the sales training and then running with it and then talking to you. So
So just personally for you, like over the last like 2 years, like I guess not being at that point, like what's that
Mhm.
kind of done to you, like personally?
um it's just like stressed. Like just stressed because like it's for me it's like I haven't gotten there yet. Like it's just like I don't know if it's stress that I'm saying or like it's like if I looked at myself, I'm like, fuck, like this is not what I want. Like there's more to it that I want to get to, and I haven't gotten there yet. There's that urgency of like still waiting for like the company to get their shit together, and but at the same time, like okay, and like you said before, what can I do in my power, like to take that responsibility? Never really kind of consider like, well, why don't I just take another offer? Like it just never came up. Like, what can I do within the canvas that I'm working in
Yeah.
to work on it? However, I'm realizing, well, if I want to get good at it, I can't just depend on the one offer. I have to like just
Yeah.
go out and find another offer so I can continue scaling up and I could still, come back or be part of it.
Yeah.
But
It's kind of like, have you ever heard the saying like you can't read the label on the jar if like
From
You're
the inside.
the jar? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what mentors are for, you know? So
yeah.
let's just say, because I know that you worked with, seven, but it's not one-on-one, like you said, it's not really someone kind of
Yeah.
overlooking your shoulders. Like what happens if, and yes, like this is a consequence phase, but genuinely, like there's this, right? Another 3 months,
Mhm.
6 months, 12 months. Like if we don't change what we can control and we keep waiting for the perfect time and we keep waiting for, lightning to strike gold, like what does that look like if nothing changes because we just keep waiting?
I'll just be stuck doing the same thing and trying to figure things out on my own. And, you know, it just delays the inevitable. But I mean, like, it's just like takes forever.
Yeah. And like you'll be fine. Like you're not going to be homeless or on the streets. Like you're at an income
Yeah.
level now, like you said, where it's not really going to make a difference there. It's more for you personally. Like
Yeah.
if say another 12 months go by and you're in the same spot, still trying to figure this sales thing out, like what would that actually do to you?
Probably break down my confidence a lot. Like, I just like feel like discouraged, like giving up. And I don't want to give up. So I just want to keep working at it, find ways to really push through.
And regardless of whether you work with me or not, like at the end of the day, like who actually chooses whether that happens or not? Whose responsibility?
Well,
That's me. So,
Yeah.
and hence, taking that initiative, I'm just looking at ways to doing it.
Yeah.
So,
So do you feel like you're actually like at a point where like you've had enough? Like you're ready to actually like make that change? Because I can't do that for you. That's up to you.
yeah, definitely.
Okay. Do you want me to walk you through like because I know I can help, man, and like genuinely, like you could probably feel my intent. Like it's not like a sympathy thing where I feel bad for you, but I'm like, fuck, like I want to help this guy. Because dude, I've been there
yeah.
myself. Like I've been at points where I'm like, man, like, is this sales thing for me? Like, are people actually making 10K a month? Are people actually making 20, 30K a month? I don't know if you've had any
Yeah.
thoughts like that, but it's so easy, especially if you're on Facebook and Instagram and you're scrolling, you see all these results and you're like, damn. And it's like I know you can get there. It's
Yeah.
genuinely just having that, like when you're bowling, it's just having those road blockers, so
And I know it's possible because like when I did the training with seventh level, I hear people like, yeah, I'm like doing 10K months or like 20K. I'm like, I
US.
didn't really know like USD, and I can. Well, the thing is, I was surrounded by people doing it. And I'm like, why the fuck am I not doing it? Because
Yeah.
I know it's possible. But then I'm like, is it because they got their business up and running so that their offer is like good, or
Yeah.
like maybe it's because our offer isn't there yet, and maybe I'm waiting for the offer to happen, and so
All these
Because also,
thoughts
man,
came
like,
up.
dude, like you're in US time zone. Like at least some of the
Yeah.
Aussie guys I work with, like they got to get up at 3 a.m., 4 a.m. if they want to work US hours and earn USD. Like
Yeah.
you're in the right time. Like you've literally got everything going for you. So yeah, like I'm pretty confident that if we were to work together, you would actually be like one, like I would actually have you as like a proud case study, because like I know that it's not just about me, like this is for you at the end of the day, but
Yeah.
to go from an average of 5,700 Canadian dollars a month after 5 years in sales to getting to 10, 20, 30K, like I can already see it. Like I'll fly to freaking Canada and do a case study with you. Like you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like I think that'd be sick. So yeah, in terms of, do you want me to walk you through like what I would do, what we would do together?
yeah.
Okay, cool. So I think one-on-ones for you is the play. To be honest, I think you would benefit from closers cold as well, and I can walk you through that. But I think to begin with, at least, like that one-on-one support, feeling like I'm over your shoulders, just overlooking everything. I feel like that's kind of what you're asking for. Tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Like I don't need you to be like there every second. I just like it's just someone that I know I can look towards, and
Yes.
I know your time's valuable, so I know that you're worth that time. I want to
Okay.
respect that as well.
Cool. So we're gonna do it for 7,600. Any of that not make sense?
No, everything makes sense.
Cool. Any questions or ready to rock and roll?
No, I think I have no questions or anything like that. But yeah, everything looks good. So,
How you feeling? I see you fidgeting a bit. You a bit nervous?
no, everything's good. So I think everything makes sense to me.
Any objections?
And
No, I'll be one of those lay downs for you, but it's
Okay.
funny because the thing that I'll tell you what's going in my head right now because my partner was like, "Don't buy anything." I'm like, "You told me." Like I asked her, I'll give you a little context behind this. I told her,
sure.
I'm like, I see Orlando's post. Like I'm gonna like, should I schedule a call or should I wait? Because she knows kind of like where I'm at, like how I'm waiting for everything to come out. She's like, no, just talk to him. I'm like, well, if I talk to him, I'm gonna buy something. And then she kind of paused. She's like, okay, don't like. She was pushing me to talk to you for a little bit, and I'm like, I don't know, like maybe I should, or maybe I shouldn't. And she's like, no, just go talk to him, see what happens. And then at the end of it, I was like, if I talk to him, I'm gonna buy something. And she's like, well, don't buy anything, just talk. I'm like, well, no, that's not gonna happen. I already sent the message to him, and I let him know that I'm talking to him. So I'm not going back on my words now. The conversation's already started, and she didn't really say anything to it afterwards. So she just said, I'll be pissed if you buy it. But I'm like, well, I already started the conversation. So yeah,
Also,
that's the context.
Yeah.
no, I actually really appreciate that. I think that's really cool.
yeah.
Also, it's like,
So-
for you to become, and you probably know this already, but for you to become
Yeah.
a guy that's making 30K a month, that's got that self-sufficiency. It's like part of that is making those decisions, and obviously you guys are together. I don't want you to do anything that's gonna, like, if I was a divorce lawyer, I would make a lot more money, but I don't want to do anything.
No, sure. Do it first, ask for forgiveness after, I think.
Okay.
And funny thing is, the pact that me and her made was like way back before was like she wouldn't really stop me from doing anything I want, vice versa. Because if I stop her from doing something that she wants, then it's gonna cause her that's gonna cause resentment. And so instead we question it and support it. However, you know, because you never know what you'll get out of it. And that's why, like, if I stopped her from doing it and she actually wanted to do it and she didn't get to do it, then she's going to resent me for it, vice versa.
Yeah.
Idea.
And also, it's like once you're at that point, like you're making the 10, 20, 30, it's like she's probably going to be so happy for you, and you look back on it and be like, oh, that was funny.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I think it's all good. So,
okay, sweet. I'll send you the link in the chat here, all ready to go. And then once that goes through, let me know. And then I'm going to send you a bit of homework before our first call.
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I've got to bounce. I'm
Cool.
actually about to
Appreciate
see Andy Elliott at some event here.
Oh,
So
sweet.
I was thinking of recording a live reaction to him. That'll be funny.
Sweet.
But
Okay,
all right,
cool,
I'll talk to
cool.
you soon, okay?
All the best.
All right,
Thank
see you
you.
guys.
Take
Bye.
care.